all of the swords of kings that were in there, but all the jewels had been already taken out.
Oh.
And he sent those back to my grandmother, Mary, while he was still there. And she put them upstairs. And lo and behold, about a year after the war was over, the FBI came over, and he was still, they hadn't been discharged, and they asked her if she had received anything from him, and she says, "Oh yeah, I don't know, it's up in the attic." Well, they got those swords out, and they took them back to France somewhere, and back to this museum. Now, Evelyn's father, he was another military guy. He drove the LSTs in with the Marines and handled the machine guns that they would pepper the islands with before the Marines would go in. And so he saw a lot of combat too, but he was another bad actor. When he was 18 years old or so, he was running booze for the mob in Chicago, and he was caught doing that. So the parents, and they were related to Mayor Cermak, he was involved, they got him to go into the Navy. Well, he lasted, and this was about 1935, 1936 in there that he went into the Navy. Well, because he was such a bad actor, he was dishonorably discharged.
It happens.
Now, then came World War II, and the United States was hard up for any type of experienced military guys, so he went back in World War II and served his time out there and got out with an honorable discharge, and that kind of saved him a little bit in a way. The other thing I'd like to address too is on Evelyn's side, her grandfather, 1880, 1890, he was in Poland, and he was a granite etcher, carver, mason type worker. And he was in a poker game in Poland, and one of the guys in the poker game had tickets to take the boat from France or somewhere over to the United States, and that was Grandfather Felix. Well, Grandfather Felix in this card game, he won this passage from this guy who put it in because he was out of money. So he took it, and he said, "Well, I'm going to the United States." So he got on the boat, went to the United States. He didn't plan to stay, but once he got here, he stayed, and as a result, there's where the roots of the family came in. Now, what I'm going to show you here is this is Uncle Bill's Purple Heart. You can tell, and this is the bullet they took out of him.
Wow.
I'm going to pass it around a little bit. Wow. And that's the end of my story for now. There are a lot of little facts too that I didn't relate to, but that'll be saved for another time. That's just the start. This thing here is just tickets. I played baseball quite a bit when I was younger, and I always wanted to see the Yankees and the Dodgers play at that time. So a friend of mine who started, or was one of the first guys to start Burger King, and I represented him, he came to me and he knew that I was a former player and stuff like that. So he said, "Well, why don't we go to the World Series? These other two guys go to the World Series in New York." So I said, "Yeah, Ed, that'd be fine. Let's go." So he said, "Okay, I got the airplane reservation set up. We'll go." Well, when we got over at Yankee Stadium, I said, "Well, you got the tickets?" He said, "No." So he said, "Oh, we'll get them."
No.
So he went around, and there's scalpers around in the stadium, he went and he got a guy to get 4 tickets, and they were excellent tickets. But because we weren't sure, he said, okay, here, Ted, here's the money. Okay, you hold the money. The guy who had the tickets was here. I'm going to take the tickets. I'm going to go to the usher and make sure these are not fraudulent. Okay? So he went up to the guy and the usher, and he says, look, are these tickets legit? And will you let us in? And the guy said, oh yeah, they're legitimate. So I gave the guy the money, he gave the tickets, we went up. The other sidebar on that story is, at the end of the game, there's bunting that they put, red, white, and blue bunting like that. And as the stadium was clearing out, we didn't have much to do because now we had to catch another airplane, go back home. So we sat there and waited. And after the stadium was third to 2/3 empty, I went and I took the bunting and I cut the bunting off. I don't know, it was about like this, very ornate. And after I had that bunting for about 8 years, 10 years, I said, I got to get rid of this. I gave it to the Rotary Club in Oak Park for an auction. That bunting, because of baseball fans or whatever, was sold for $1,200. And that's only one of the stories. And after that, I'm through. Bless us, O Lord.
Thank you very much.
And these gifts that we have before us this day, we thank you for all our forefathers who had the courage to come to this country, and also our uncles who bled and fought for our liberty. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.